Hi, everyone. This is Kirsten Hall again with Pointe Publishing. We are coming to you with another introduction interview. Actually, our newest author, Amy Kerns. We are going to learn a little more about her. And as if you've been watching any of our intro interviews that we've done in the past, you know that we have a very scripted reality TV show over here where Amy has already picked the questions, so she already knows the answers. We don't make it too tough around here. Anyway, all right. So the first thing, Amy, do you want to say hi to everyone in YouTube world?
Yes, hello everybody. Nice to meet you all.
All right. The first question of the day. Tell us about yourself.
So my name is Amy Kerns. I live in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. I actually just moved from Jersey City a few weeks ago. So it's a new move, new everything, new community, new house. So that's been really exciting. I work at IBM. I work in performance marketing currently, and my background is really in a lot of different marketing roles. So I've been in corporate America for quite a long time now. And that's me in a nutshell.
Wow. I mean, I didn't even know you had just moved. I mean, that was about the same time that you came on with us because, wow, you.
Yes, we take a lot. My husband and I tend to take on a lot. Yeah. But all
Okay.
exciting things, all exciting things. Yeah.
Well, very cool. I was noticing that you've got very white, so you in the background there. So
It's
you
there.
you haven't got your pictures up or anything yet.
No. So in front of me is my office. There's a big table and a monitor and printer, and I have my whole setup. But behind me, there's not much yet.
Well, actually, that's a perfect Zoom thing. As you can tell, I'm sitting behind a door, and I've forever told my kids never sit behind or stand behind closed doors, and here I am. But yeah, it's the only best suited Zoom background that I can have because, oh my gosh, everywhere else.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, and you have a little one, don't you? He's like 9
I
months.
do. He's 9.5 months. Yes, I
Okay.
just had a son. So I live with my husband, my son, and my 6-year-old German Shepherd.
Okay.
Bernese Mountain Dog mix. He's a big boy.
Yeah, no kidding. I was going to say, at about 2 to 3 feet up off the wall, give him some crayons, and your little one in about a year will have your whole house decorated real pretty like.
There we go. I don't even have to get photos for this room.
No, just up to about 2, 3 feet, you'll be fine. All right. Next up, what inspired your first book?
So it was really the birth of my son. So my dog is about 6 years old now. So he was really our fur baby for a very long time. And then I had my son last July, and I brought him home, and the very real interaction between the two of them was just adoring to see and watch. And that really inspired the book. And the book is Harlow Learns He's Loved. So it is my dog and my son sort of based as woodland creatures, a pet hedgehog and a fox. And some of the things in the book are real to what happened. So, my dog he wasn't jealous. He was really confused. Like, what is this new baby and what's going on? And he he did get in the baby's bassinet. His whole 100-pound German Shepherd body just clambered in. We're like, no, Jack, you're too big for that. So we had him step out of it, and he was like, oh, okay, I'm too big. And so there were like a series of things that he tried, being like, well, the baby can do that. Can I do that? And so that really inspired the book, and now they're best buds. So it's super cute to watch. But at the beginning, it was trial and error, and what is this baby here for? And it was cute.
Was your pup confused when your belly started getting bigger?
He was and he wasn't. Part of me knew that he knew, and he would sniff it. And then other times he'd plop on my lap like I didn't have, a giant belly in front of me. So he was, I don't know. I think he knew, but he was trying not to really think about it.
I've had dogs all my life, and all of my dogs were like, so what's going on here?
Yeah. Like, what is this new little human in your, yeah.
Uh-huh. And the interaction, and when I first brought the kids home, I mean, by the second one, I was like, oh, she's got one of those things again. Okay,
They're
whatever.
broken in.
By the fourth one, it's like, really? I mean, can we just stop? So yeah, I've got 4 kids. So all right. So let's see the next one. What is your specific writing style?
So that is a really good question. So my background has always been in professional writing,
Mhm.
and just at work, I'm very conversational in the way that I write. Sometimes a little too much. I'm realizing that I need to be more professional, more formalized. But I think that's why I have team members that like to work with me, because I talk very conversational, and that's just how I communicate. And so the writing style to write Harlow Learns He's Loved was different, and I liked it because I like to creatively write, and I don't get to do a lot of it personally. It's always very professionally. And so it was fun for me because I got to be very intentional about the words I was using and thoughtful and tell the story. And, it felt different. Instead of just sort of flowing the words like I normally do when I talk and I write, it was more succinct, and, you need to be particular with the words that you use because it's a picture book. So
Yeah.
it was a nice change of pace for me to be so intentional and thoughtful about the words. So,
Mhm. It's kind of fun to put a descriptive word that you would never put in,
mhm.
professional writing. Um, in that same vein of a style, what is your workspace for when, I mean, we know your workspace when you're doing work and being professional, there you go. But can you still be that creative style when you're sitting there, or do you have to have like music on or cocoa or coffee, or what's your mind space when you're putting yourself into a creative mode?
It's a great question. I feel like I'm the opposite. I feel like I need focus and just, I talk a lot of things out loud. And so actually music is distracting for me, or other things around, the TV on, right? I get into a comfortable spot. I'm usually on my couch, all cozied up with a blanket, and I put the laptop on my lap, and I just kind of think about the story visually, how I want it to look, and then translate that to words and put it down on paper and then iterate. And so it's much more, I find my little cozy space and I let the ideas just flow.
Yeah, a lot of writers will say that they just kind of sit back and watch the movie in their head, and then you just
Hmm.
write it down. How did you come up with, I'm assuming the fox is your dog and the hedgehog is your son?
So actually the opposite. And
Oh,
so it's
okay.
funny. So my son's nursery motif is woodland creatures, which is why I love them. And so there's a cute little, like foxes are really big, like everything is sort of fox
Mhm.
themed in his room, and they're so cute. And so I wanted to make mommy and daddy fox really cute, bushy, like mom and
Mhm.
dad, cozy people. And then Finn is the baby fox who comes in, again, wrapped in blankets and super cute and adorable. And I thought, what better for a pet figure to be like a cute little hedgehog, and have that pairing there. So he's the pet
Mhm.
hedgehog, that's my dog. And
Okay,
Finn is actually the baby fox,
okay.
sort of the F to F alliteration I really liked.
Mhm.
So yeah, the family of foxes is my family, and then the pet hedgehog is my dog, Jackson.
Okay, okay. Don't let your 100 plus Bernese Mountain Dog German Shepherd know that he's a cute puzzle.
I know, right?
And here's you.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Let's see here. Fourth question. Is there a message in your book that you would like readers to grasp?
Yes, there definitely is. I mean, the beauty of the story is it's about love and acceptance. Harlow is confused and he doesn't feel like he's a part of the family, and he's not getting his kisses from mommy and daddy. It's about love and acceptance, and your parents will always be there to support you. And whether it's a new family member or an adopted family member, or just different people coming together, it's the love and acceptance is there. And if you open your heart, and you'll receive it. And so that's sort of the inspirational message I have. Yeah.
Now, is this going to be a series?
It is, and the gears are turning for the next one.
Mhm.
So the beauty of this story is it's based on real life, and there was confusion at first, and then there's love, and they're best buddies, and they just have the best time. And When my son went off to daycare, it was sort of the daycare dilemma. Where's my best
Mhm.
friend now? You introduced this baby and now where is he? So that's sort of the premise for the next one is he's not around and he's upset about it. So what
Yeah.
happens?
Yeah. All right. And then, well, I just asked you the last question of what are you working on next? Okay.
Kill two birds
Uh,
with one stone. We did
well,
it.
there you go. Well, let me ask you this. All right. So this would be a series. Is your creative fountain starting to really run now where maybe you're thinking of other books in the future or other series?
Yes, I am. The gears are turning. I don't know if I landed on any one area, but yes, they're turning. I would like to extend it past the two into many more. So that's the intention.
Yeah, yeah, you'll notice that too. Once I had never thought ever in my wildest dreams to write a kid's book. I was, fiction and, I had my memoir and such. And then I wrote one kid's book. Oh my gosh. I have like 9 kids' books now that are already written. A few of them are published. A lot of them are waiting for illustration, and it just never stops. So,
I love
well,
that.
welcome to the world of
Thank you. Yes, I love
it
it.
just it
Exciting.
just keeps going, and you'll think of kids books while you're driving down the road, while you're trying to get to sleep.
Yep.
Mhm.
I actually wrote down notes next to my bed the other day. I was like jotting them down before I was fully conscious of the day. Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay, well, I have another fun question. If you could invite one, two, or three authors to have dinner with you, alive or not alive, who would they be? What would you guys talk about?
Oh, that's a great question. I feel like all of the authors in my mind are children's book authors because that's really the world that I'm in right now with my son.
Hmm.
Um, let's see, Eric Carle, Shel Silverstein,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
the classics.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of one more off the top of my head. I mean, my son loves Little Blue Trucks.
Hmm.
So I feel like it would be literally a table of all the authors and then all the cute little figurines that make up these stories. And it would be more this imaginative, conversation with them and the characters they created and how they all interplay. So that would be fun. That would be wild and imaginative. And I love that.
Um, Shel Silverstein. I have all of his books. I grew up with his books, and then I would read the books to my kids when they went to sleep. Do you remember Ickle Me, Pickle Me, Tickle Me Too? All
Yeah.
flew away in the shoe.
Mhm.
Okay, and so yeah, back when my kids were small, it was Ickle Me, Pickle Me, and then I would tickle the kids, Tickle Me Too, and of course that probably didn't help when them trying to get to sleep because I was, dredging up more energy, and they were laughing, and yeah, I wasn't very good about putting the kids to sleep at night.
There's too much
And
fighting to hear about. Hmm.
yeah, and one small sister for sale, one whining, crying little sister for sale, and oh, I love Shel Silverstein.
I know, classic. Yeah.
Anyway, all right, well, that's what I have for questions for you. Do you have anything else you'd like to say to everyone?
I think we covered a lot of it. I mean, I'm excited to be here in this new space. Like I said, I loved writing this book. It is so near and dear to my heart. It's really about my family and the love for my family, the love of parents for their
Mhm.
children, no matter who they are. And so I'm excited to see this book and fully develop it. I know we're heading into illustrations now, which I am thrilled about. So I'm excited to have it debut and share it with the world.
It should be lots of fun. Children's books sell so well, and the other thing, prior to getting into all of this, as an adult, you put the children's books away and you wait till your kids see them and whatever. But you wouldn't believe how many adults buy children's books specifically, and there's a whole section of people that adults and different clubs and whatever that focus on children's books, and as an adult, you grow into this, I don't want to say older, boring person, but most of us are, guided into that. And so it's refreshing to go, oh yeah, I can buy a children's book for me. Ooh, it opens up a whole, I don't have to be old and boring. So, or at least
True.
that was my experience, you get a job and then, well, you get old and boring. So,
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I reread Where the Wild Things Are. I haven't
mhm,
read that since I was a child. I'm like, this is so beautifully written. And
mhm,
so I feel like you have a new appreciation for it as an adult. So I totally believe that.
mhm. And the illustrations and how the bedroom becomes a
Hmm.
jungle, and
I love it.
Max jumping around in his pajamas that have the little buttoned up.
Yeah, the little horns. Yeah.
For some
So
reason, I feel more like Max the older I get. But anyway, all right. Thank you so much for joining us today. Next week, we should have probably one or two more introduction interviews going. But yes, Amy's book should be out, I'm going to say early 2022. Might be late 2021, but don't ask me because I'm not the book production department. So anyway, all right. Well, you guys have a fabulous day in your neighborhood, and thank you so much for joining us again. Bye.